What if I told you that the life you're living right now is not random? The things you touch, the people you meet, even the emotions you feel, are all responding to a signal you didn't even know you were sending? You can't see it. You can't hold it, but it's shaping everything. Most people think of vibration as sound music, noise, something you hear, but vibration is everywhere. It's in the floor beneath your feet, in the air you're breathing right now, in the thoughts that pass through your mind when you think no one is watching. We don't see it because we've been trained to notice only what's loud, but vibration is often quiet, subtle, invisible. I remember the first time I truly felt it. It wasn't in a meditation class or some grand moment of awakening. It was in a small, dimly lit apartment, alone. The city outside was muffled by heavy rain, the kind that falls in sheets, softening the world into shades of gray. I was sitting on the floor, knees drawn up, the dim light from a single lamp casting long shadows across the room. I felt still, not peaceful, not calm, just still. And in that stillness, I noticed something strange. It wasn't the sound of the rain or the hum of the fridge. It was a pulse, a faint, steady rhythm, not in my ears, but in me. At first, I thought it was my heartbeat, but it was different, softer, slower. Almost like the world itself was breathing, and I realized I was breathing with it, matching it. In that moment, a thought came. If everything vibrates, then I'm not separate from any of it. It was just a flicker of an idea, but I felt it, and that feeling stayed with me for years. Vibration is not just yours. It's not locked inside you, it ripples outward. Every word you speak, every look you give, every thought you hold for more than a second sends out a signal, and that signal comes back to you like an echo in a canyon. When your vibration is low, when you're buried in doubt, anger, resentment, the echoes you hear will be heavy, missed opportunities, closed doors, colder eyes. And when your vibration rise is not through fake positivity, but through genuine alignment, the echoes shift. The right people find you. The right moments seem to happen at the right time, and life feels lighter. I didn't believe this at first. I thought it was coincidence. But then I noticed that on days I woke up restless and rushed, the day seemed to fight me back. Traffic was worse. People were shorter with me. Things slipped from my hands. And on the days I moved slowly, breathed deeply, and took a moment to notice the sound of my own footsteps, things fell into place. Conversations flowed, ideas came easier, the world felt softer. The pattern was too clear to ignore. Vibration is not about forcing yourself to be positive, it's about tuning. Just like a guitar string. If it's too tight, it snaps. If it's too loose, it's flat. Your life plays the notes you are tuned to, and tuning isn't about pretending. To feel something you don't, it's about clearing the nose that's covering the note you're meant to play. One day, life tested this truth. I'd been working on a project for weeks, expecting it to be the breakthrough I needed, and with one short email, it was gone. The opportunity, the deal, everything. My chest tightened, my thoughts raced, and I felt my vibrations sink like a stone through water. The old me would have stayed there, replaying the loss, letting the frustration bleed into the rest of my day. I sat still, closed my eyes, and listened for that quiet pulse again. It was hard to hear through the noise of my thoughts, but it was still there. And I remembered the echo comes from me, and I get to decide what I send out. So I didn't rush to fix it. I didn't scramble to replace the opportunity. I just tuned. I focused on the feeling of my breath, the rhythm in my chest, the quiet hum beneath it all. And the loss didn't feel so sharp anymore. By the end of the day, I got a call, not from the same project, but from someone else, an offer I couldn't have planned for, one that turned out better than the one I thought I'd lost. Coincidence? Maybe, but I've learned not to ignore the way the world responds when I tune myself first. Reality doesn't just respond to what you do, it responds to what you are. It responds to the tone you carry into a room before you speak, the way your body holds itself when no one is watching, the subtle shift in your breath when you see something you want but don't believe you can have. We think of reality as a solid thing, walls, objects, fixed events, but beneath all that, it's moving, shifting, waiting for instruction. Your vibration is that instruction. If you live in the frequency of scarcity, the world delivers more scarcity. If you live in the frequency of fear, it delivers more reasons to be afraid. Not as punishment, but because vibration works like resonance, it brings you more of what you already carry. This is why two people can walk through the same city. One sees only closed doors, the other sees possibilities. The difference isn't luck, it's tuning. I want you to try something now. Wherever you are, pause, don't move. Close your eyes if you can. Notice your breath, not the way you think you should breathe, just the way it's happening. Listen not to me, not to the room, but to the hum beneath it all. It might be faint, like the sound of air conditioning in the next room, or the thrum of your own blood. That's your baseline, your resting note. Now imagine you could shift it just a little, like turning a dial from static toward clarity. With each breath, let the edges smooth. Let the tension in your shoulders drain. Feel the muscles in your jaw loosen. Let your belly soften. Now picture a moment in your life where you felt completely at ease, nothing missing, the air lighter. Maybe it was a quiet morning with coffee, or a night where you laughed so hard your ribs ached, sitting in the sun with no thought of time. Hold that feeling, not the memory itself, but the vibration of it. That feeling is a frequency, and the more you hold it, the more the world tunes to meet you there. I used to think the world was fixed, that my role was to navigate it as best I could, that events were something that happened to me. But the truth is, the world is more like a mirror, and a mirror doesn't decide what it shows you. It simply reflects. If you frown into it, it frowns back. If you smile, it smiles. If you stand tall, it mirrors your strength, your vibration. Is the face you show that mirror, and life responds in kind. When I started living with this awareness, I stopped asking, why is this happening to me? And instead asked, what am I sending out that's coming back like this? That question changed everything, because it put the power back where it always was in me. Most people think mastery looks loud, controlling every variable, dominating every outcome, but true mastery is quiet. It's the stillness of a lake that can reflect an entire mountain without distortion. It's the calm of someone who knows the outside world bends to the tone they set inside. I started to see my vibration like the background music in a film. If the music is tense, every scene feels tense. If it's hopeful, even a gray sky feels lighter. You are your own soundtrack, and the world is your movie. So when you feel like nothing's working, when the plot seems to turn against you, don't rush to change the scene, change the music. The hidden truth about vibration is that it's not some distant, mystical concept. It's not locked in books or guarded by gatekeepers. It's happening right now in your breath, in the way your skin tingles when you hear something that resonates, in the way your stomach knots when something's wrong. It's the simplest thing in the world, and yet it's the thing most people never learn to notice. If you take nothing else from this, remember this. You are the signal, and the world is the echo. When you shift your tone, the echo cannot help but change. So breathe, tune, and send out something worth hearing back. Everything vibrates. And when you change your vibration, you change everything.